about getting your client's story straight in terms of the end goal. Very, very important. And the quest kind of, think of a three-act, you know, the setup, the disaster. You ever watch a film? Particularly romantic comedies always have the same structure, and it's the classic structure, whether it's a 5-act or a 3-act piece. There will be the setup, if you all get together, oh, I don't know, and then something happens. Always at the end of the second act, something happens, doesn't it? Always in a romantic film, something happens at the end of the second act, and the relationship is dead. It's off. It's not going to be repaired. If you watch a romantic comedy, guaranteed it will be the end of the second act, and you'll know that's when the second act is ending. And it's classic Western storytelling. There's a great book, Robert Key, by the way. He tells, he's written a book called Story, and it's script writing for films, but it has a lot of great structural elements in there. The second act always ends in disaster, and of course what happens in the third act is the resolution. The problem gets solved. So you always have challenge, development, and at the end of the development it's all going horribly wrong, it will never happen, how can they do it against all the odds? Nearly any Hollywood film follows that, and then at the end there is the success. Now, can you achieve this with your clients? Well, that remains to be seen, because you don't know in advance what is going to happen to your client. But if your client is honest and opens up and reveals things about themselves, then yeah, there will be challenges. There will be moments where actually it's not really going that well. And those are the stories that captivate. Because when it's not going well, what happens? We start rooting for people, don't we? Oh, we want them to succeed. I'm really into this now. I'm following your story. I did an audio book. Okay, the audio book is the audio version of Twitter. You can record 3, 5 minutes, or half an hour audio pieces, and you broadcast them to the world. I did an audio book about waiting for somebody I'd never met in London last week, and he wasn't entirely sure whether he was going to turn up. And a lecturer at another university said, I listened to that all the way through, it was the most exciting piece of audio I've ever heard. And, I'll save you listening to 16 minutes, the guy never turned up. So people think, oh, this must be him, he's saying there's somebody coming around the corner, is it him? No, when he's going to look around the corner over here, is he here? No. But you're swept along in the story because you want that thing, the quest, meeting this person, you want that to happen. Kind of expect it to happen. We're hardwired that way with Hollywood stories. We're hardwired that there's going to be a happy ending. But actually the films that we remember most don't really have a happy ending. I haven't seen Les Mis play or book, or I haven't read the book, I haven't seen the film. But, I know enough about it to know that it was written in a period of time where, well, happy ending, not always the case. Why is it so successful now? Because it's such an impactful story. And I can't give away the ending because I don't know the ending. So I think it's probably a bittersweet one. But we want everything. But we get so engaged. We want our clients to succeed. We want that company to succeed. We engage with them because they're showing, they're revealing, and we're on the quest with them. That's what we want to achieve. Okay. How do you do this? There are various options. You can write about it. Use video, there's lots of videos on it. You can do audio, as said, podcasting, that sort of thing. You can use photography. And we'll just end then on how you use photography very effectively, just using a device that many of us have throughout the course of the day. Because that's the other thing, we don't want to be telling stories that are going to take a long time to produce. Okay, we can, but then we're putting a load of effort in, and the risk up front is great, but there won't be a payoff at the end. Okay. But what if we could do very easy storytelling, piecemeal, bit by bit, in our day, that we can upload to a feed that people can digest very easily. We're talking about how easily photographs are digested. There is this saying, picture's worth wrong, 10,000 words. It's a Chinese saying, attributed to Confucius, one picture is worth 10,000 words. Obviously the Chinese far more locations than we are, we've narrowed it down to 1,000. The thing is, as with all of these things, that's a lovely story, And it has been attributed to Confucius, just like the stout attributed to wine. It's actually an advertising slogan for Royal Baking Soda, which was coined in 1923. Yet we have assumed it into our culture. So, but we'll kind of get what that means. Yeah, a picture tells more than 1,000 words, or it says 7,000 words, or however you want to phrase it. So photography is very quick, because you can deliver the message very, very quick as well. I'm going to rush to the end, because I realise you've got other lectures to go to. Louise, the artisan cheese company in Sarasota, in Florida. In Florida, cheese shop of all places. Louise is a former Harvard administrator. Louise has a passion for cheese. She sells cheese. She is not a photographer. But I think you'll agree. Just off her iPhone. Look at that. There is the story of her business. And this is just me randomly, clicking on it today. This is the story of her business. This is what she sells, this is what she uses it for. She has pictures of her staff. Oh my God, they're the happiest people you've ever met. And that's me. Now I have a thing for cheese, so I'm in her community straight away. I'm connected with this lady because, oh my goodness, she has cheese, she has food, it's fantastic, she's warm, she's open, she's showing you everything. This is the story of her shop, in pictures. And she's not a photographer, but she does it brilliantly. And that's what I mean when I say, open up, showing them what's going on, and then eventually you warm to them. She's building a community, which is good. It's really important to build a community. If you can build a community, they say 1,000 people, forget about having 10,000 followers, 30,000 followers. It won't make you any money. If you build a community around your client, like 1,000 people, they will have an impact. And that's what the reason is. Building that community every time, and this is the interesting thing, so she shows all this stuff. Occasionally, every now and then, very, very quietly, she says, boom! Everybody's in there, oh, she's got an offer, we must have this cheese. Because she's built up that trust, that relationship, she's told her stories to get everybody in. So I realise I've run out of time, I've got slightly tracking places. Oops.